It's good news about parenting tip about my kid is so literal. How do I handle this? Well, yeah, I got one. Yes, the frustration. I mean, first day of school when my kid's bringing home, you know, he's got 10 classes and he's bringing home all the syllabi for that whole entire school year or semester, and he's like, how come I have to do this and how come I have to do this? And I'm like, no, it's a blanket statement. It covers everybody who has to have all the stuff. It doesn't apply to you. Aren't you a good kid? Aren't you this? And we go through all the goodness that he is. And oh, can I just tell you, I get it. It can be so frustrating. But what is the gift? If society changed, if we all changed and we started to become so authentic and not had to have blanket statements, what does that mean? What does that mean for us as a society? And first of all, the way you start making it so that these kids who are literal can hear you is you align your thoughts, words, and feelings together. Because there are kids that feel first, and they want to know, well, what does that thought feel like? What does that word say? When you say that word, what does it feel like? Oh, I get the feeling of this word. If we're going to the feeling first, then we start changing how we're going to treat people, because we don't all want to be in the dumps. Maybe we do, but for the most of us, we want to be happy. We want to create great things to come to us. We want to experience life. And that's what they're asking for in that literalness. They are asking for us to start experiencing life. And holy cow, you know, I went in, I had a meeting with a counselor, and usually these things are terrifying. I'm just in tears and blah, 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 blah. It's just not a good experience, and you're like worried for your kid and da, da, da. And my kid's, I mean, he'll be graduating soon. And so, you know, I went in there and I said, he needs someone to model. How do you create solutions when your world feels like it's only this big because everything's so literal? And in that instant that we were sitting there with the counselor, and I said, this is what we want to do this meeting. He needs to see his options. He needs to see where he can do. The counselor had 5 or 6 options for him to get it all figured out. And in that second, because I was authentic with the counselor, I said, we're looking at solutions so he doesn't have to go to anger and frustration. He can go to complete peace. He can go to confusion and frustration, but we never have to get to the anger stage. So this is what, when I literally walk in and say, I need an appointment with you so we can find a way, some solutions for this child. And I'm not out to be aggressive or blaming or anything. I'm just in there to say, this is how you do it. And I am modeling to my son, who is very literal, well, these are what you do. Things start to shift. He's starting to feel like, oh, there's other options. The world doesn't feel so tight. I can function in this world. I'm able. I mean, that when I walked out of that office, he was a completely different kid. Completely. I was like, whoa, what happened to you? And so, in all of that, that's why we want to be authentic. That's why we want to align our thoughts, words, and actions. That's so that these kids who are literal really get us, and we can change the world and make it better. And that's what I wanted to say. So start being authentic. Start being that little one. Say if you're angry, you're angry, and if you're happy, you're happy. You can say, I am mad. I'm not mad at you, but I am mad, and they're okay. And that's what it means to be literal. You are literally aligning this whole well-being of you. The soul, the spirit, or the body, everything is in alignment, and these kids who live on feelings get it. So that's the good news. That's the tip. Start being authentic so these kids who take things literal can start seeing their options out there. And that's what it is. So lots of love, everybody. Bye.